look, we got ST Performance parts. I think we're supposed to go right.
Oh, well, Waze is very confused, so.
Hi guys, today we're in Frank the Focus, which is Alex's Focus ST. If you don't know Alex, you haven't been keeping up with our podcast. I'm trying to adjust the exposure here. There we go. Got some nice dark Florida tint in this car because once upon a time Alex lived in Florida. Today we're gonna rip down the highways through the tunnel and talk about hot hatchbacks because Alex owns one, I owned one, I miss mine. What is this whistling noise?
It's AC.
We were talking on the porch outside of my apartment about how everybody should own one of these at some point in their automotive kind of progression.
Absolutely.
Now, I guess my first car that I bought was a hot hatch.
Yep.
Your second car that you bought was a hot hatch. So I didn't come from anything sporty prior to the hot hatch. I can talk through my experience of owning that and then going to other things of what I miss. But you actually have the experience of going from a non-hot hatch car into a hot hatch.
Yes.
So if you haven't seen the podcast, again, Alex came from a E92 335 with a tune into this, which, you want to give us a quick rundown on Frank mods?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, pretty stock. Brent Tuning do an E-tune, sort of a pro tune there, as well as just muffler delete and resonator delete, rear sway bar, end links, bushings, tires, brakes. That's it.
And here we come out of the darkness. We're out of the tunnel. I guess we should turn the AC back down. Oh, and we come to a stop. Well, I'll put the windows, we can put the windows down for the time being. These guys won't mind about a little external noise. Anyway,
I hope not.
Alex and I were talking in the tunnel, and obviously before, about why everybody needs to own a hot hatch at some point in their life. And I think the main reason why we love hot hatches so much is it's so easy, I guess in the stock form I should say, because you can make them fast, but they're so easy to push to the limit without doing anything that's too obscene.
Exactly.
So like, rotaries in this car, for example, if you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yep. So, for those of you who know about lift-off oversteer, for example, what I've done with my Focus ST is it's pretty much stock with suspension, but with a really thick rear sway bar and end links and polyurethane bushings. So it makes the back actually really tail happy, which has actually helped a lot on the track. The one track day I did, as well as...
The one track day I did.
As well as just like, you know, fun rotaries in Mexico, for example.
Yeah.
And, you know, what happens is you turn the car in, the front sticks, so I have Super Sports on the front, and then the back end, when you let off the gas, will actually start to rotate a little.
Almost like a rear-wheel drive car, but it's not like you're flooring the throttle to get it to
You're actually letting off the throttle, so all the weight goes forward. It's really interesting.
That's a really helpful trait to learn in a car, because when you do get into a situation where that does happen and you're not in a rotary or something like that, right, it's nice to know how to react to it. And with the hot hatch, you're not going really fast enough to like kill yourself doing it, as long as you're semi-smart about it.
Exactly.
So it's really nice to be able to push, and the same thing with like learning to drive stick. I learned to drive stick on my manual car, and they don't make enough power to like destroy clutches. So you could chirp second gear, you're laughing, you're having fun. Usually they come on smaller tires, so you can spin the tires and learn what that feels like and all that stuff. And it's just like, I don't know how to describe it, but you drive a sedan and then you drive a hot hatch, and like the sedan's cool, but the hot hatch has just some sort of aspect to it. And I think part of that is the, like, you can push the limits without really doing anything too dumb. But it's also like, you know, steering on a hot hatch generally is super, super responsive, tells you what's going on, it's fun to drive.
Absolutely.
I guess, how would you put that into words? That's the struggle that we're running into. We know that everybody should own a hot hatch. We know it's fun to push the limits. We know the steering's super responsive.
Yep.
What else is it about a hot hatch that makes it so great?
You know, and this is something I'm just thinking about now, you know, let's be honest, you know, you and I both have been in Doc M3's Performante, Aventador. You've driven
fast cars, yeah. We've both been in
cars.
fast cars. We've both driven fast cars.
And I'll be honest, as awesome and so much fun as those are, from a driving perspective, I've had way more fun driving, going faster in a slow car than going fast in a fast car, or slow in a fast car. There's just something about, you know, hitting, and I don't want to say hitting the limits on the street, but being able to use the full potential of your car.
What the car has to offer. Being able to hit the, it is hitting those limits. It's hitting those limits without doing anything that's super irresponsible.
Exactly.
That I think that is what it is about hot hatches that are so great, is that they don't have. It's not a performante. It's not going to go set a track record, especially in stock form. But you could, Alex and I could do a first, second, third gear pull down the street here, and it's. I mean, the car's loud. We'd probably get in trouble. But like, it's fun. It's not like, oh man, we're doing 100. Yeah.
Doing like 60.
Providence Friars. Every day is game day, baby.
Wow. I don't know what they're doing down here.
Yeah, they're going the wrong way. Turbo 4-cylinders don't make good noises. Why are they so much fun?
It's just, I think it's just the way that the power is delivered. Obviously it depends on the application.
Yeah.
But, you know, having in this car at least a small like KO3 size turbo.
Same thing on the GTI.
Yep. It just, you know, it just spools up quick, power's there, and you know, it loses it on the top end for sure, but it's fun, it's zippy around traffic, and it works well in the city.
That's another good point, is that like mid-range torque that most hot hatches provide.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some big cruise ships in here today. Another thing about hot hatches is it's a cool car to own because only enthusiasts really know what they are.
Right.
Like, you're in a Lamborghini, everybody knows what a Lamborghini is.
Of course.
But you're in like a GTI and you see like another slightly modified Focus ST or something like that. And it's kind of like that, hey, you know what's up, I know what's up. You want to go left here? Or I guess we're going over these bumps.
Yeah, it's alright.
Okay, we get stock suspension,
Stock height,
baby.
Yeah.
You know what's up, I know what's up. It's almost like a hot hatch brotherhood.
Yeah.
Well, we're really bright again. And if you've ever owned a GTI or a Focus or anything but a Fiat Abarth, you know that they're fairly reliable, they're fun, they're zippy. They're not fast, but they're zippy.
Yeah.
They're just such good cars. Yeah. This is a hard video. This is a much harder video than I thought.
Yeah.
Alex and I thought we were gonna get in the car and just talk and say, hey, you know, this is what's great about hot hatches.
Yep. But, I mean, the thing is, you know, we can sit here and tell you everything. Go drive one.
Go drive one and you'll understand. There's just like a little bit of magic to it. Speaking of driving one, can I drive?
Absolutely.
Old dog, old trick.
Oh.
I almost just stalled it. Your clutch came up much fast. So I drove my friend's Subaru earlier today, her Impreza, to go get inspected.
Oh.
And it had
was it first time?
It had a really light clutch. My muscles in my leg from 4 years in the GTI have gone away with 2 years in automatic cars.
Yep.
There's something to be said for a good 4-cylinder attached to a manual gearbox.
Yeah, you know.
I think if you're buying a hot hatch and it's not an all-wheel drive variant, wow, that lady's bumping in her.
What is that?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Golf cart.
If you're buying a hot hatch and it's not an all-wheel drive variant, I think I was supposed to go down that street.
I don't know where we're going, so.
I don't either. Wow, Alex, I'm awful right now. If you're buying a hot hatch, it's not an all-wheel drive variant, and you buy it in automatic, unless it's a Mark 7, because actually I don't mind the Mark 7 manual. And the DSG is a transmission to buy with Mark 7.
Yeah. No, it's the last of a dying breed.
If you're buying a hot hatch and you're not buying a manual, like, rethink your decision, because there is something to be said for a good 4-cylinder with a small turbo attached to a manual transmission.
Yep.
They're just so much fun.
I agree. You know, it's some of like the best moments of this car. You know, just whether I'm during finals at school, you know, stressed out, it'd be, you know, 9, 10 o'clock at night, like just go for a drive. You know, go for like a fun little road, like nothing crazy, and just do it by yourself, and it's therapeutic. You know, just shifting through the gears. I mean, yay, you know, automatic's faster, but this is more control.
Obviously, if you're buying like a Golf R, I think that is better.
It's better suited for
a DSG, but the front-wheel drive, manual, short wheelbase. That's another thing we haven't touched on. Is the short wheelbases. Don't stall, Eli. There we go. Red light. I think the moral of the story for this video is I miss my hot hatch. How many times have I said that in this video? I miss my hot hatch. Alex has one and is thinking about getting rid of it, and I know you're gonna miss yours too.
So I think you should buy mine so I can get rid of it.
You want me to buy Frank?
Yeah.
Would people watch my videos if I drove a Ford? Probably not.
Probably not.
If you don't have a hot hatch, and you haven't owned one ever, definitely consider buying one. They're fun dailies. They make sense as a daily. They're great city cars. They fit in parking spaces.
It's a great way to have fun on a budget.
On a budget, very true actually. They're not very expensive to make zippy.
Exactly.
Alright, well we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out the podcast if you haven't already. It's on YouTube. It's on my channel. Actually, it's like the last 3 videos before this one. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed listening to us. If you own a hot hatch, or if you have owned a hot hatch and have now switched to something else, let us know in the comments. And as always, make sure to follow us on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity. We'll catch you guys on the next episode of The Cold Start.
See ya.
Bye. Oh, we did do one there.